I've been using this drone on professional jobs for over a year, since just after it first came out. And it's not a Nikon Z6 or DSLR or mirrorless camera, but it definitely does a thing, and the camera is pretty good. And you have to be tactful about when and where and how you use it, because it's not just all rosy, and you can't just fly it anytime you want to. So the great things about these small drones, I don't need a drone license for it, and it's really small, almost looks like a toy. It actually does look like a toy, but I can fly it inside without freaking people out. I've flown it in ice rinks inside, I've flown it in theaters inside, and it's noisy, but it's not insane. And so with a bigger drone, getting into those kind of places is pretty tough. And the picture is a little bit better than the GoPro 4 for sure. That's what I own for GoPros. I don't have the new updated ones. And a little bit better than the Insta 360 in my opinion as well, but kind of very similar along that action camera sort of range. Action cameras get used all the time in pro videos, and it's really about placement and how does it tell the story. So definitely, yes, a person can use this professionally for sure. I'm still going on the original propellers. The Mavic Mini 1 came with propeller guards in the Fly More combo, and this was the first drone I ever owned, and they were a great help to let me try things out, and if I hit the propeller guards, no big deal. I've crashed it about 4 or 5 times. I crashed it into some trees. I crashed it into the side of the boards on a hockey rink. I've crashed it in the studio. I've flown it in a bunch of places. Inside, when you get close to a wall, it actually kind of wants to suck itself into the wall because of the vortex of air that happens. So you have to be careful about that. The other really good thing is that from a drone perspective, it's not super expensive. So if I crash it and wreck it, most of the footage is actually getting downloaded to your phone in a lower resolution, but a usable resolution. So you can usually keep the footage. And if you crash it, it's not a big loss like a really big professional drone. The best shots that I find really work with this are not the standard shots that come in the preloaded shot lists that DJI puts out. Although some are cool, I do like I do a manual parallax shot a lot for various things, and I'm using typically seconds of it. Oftentimes this just provides a stable tripod where I can kind of sit this in the air, and then if I'm flying around a big machine, I can let a big machine, fly by pretty close or drive by pretty close, and this gets to an angle that I just can't get with my other cameras. So that's a lot where I use this, is to get to the angles that I can't with my Nikon Z6. When I go on to a new site that I need to shoot at, and a lot of times there's dangerous machinery, things that I don't understand. I'm working with an agricultural company and a waste management company, and a lot of municipalities, and I'm filming about things that their public utilities are doing. And I love tractors as a side hobby, but I don't understand the machinery and what work they're specifically doing. So oftentimes when I go on site to somewhere that's dangerous, is I'll do drone shots first, and I can kind of send the drone out and I can see what's what, and I can watch how things are working, let myself get acclimated to the area, and then after I understand what's going on, it's a lot more safe for me to get out there with my mirrorless camera and go in and do the more critical filming. I'm going to record the video from this. Let's take off. And I have an ND filter on it.
The home point has been updated.
There we go.
Please check it on the map.
And if I'm close to things, I definitely fly in the cinema mode. I have an ND filter, an ND, I think 16 on it right now. One of the things I've learned to do is when flying this thing is if I start to get lost, is aim the same way that the drone does so that you can see. Right now, I'm aiming this way and it's aiming this way, so it makes things a little bit weird. So let's have some fun with it. In the wintertime, I've flown this several times. Sure, the batteries go down faster just like they do in everything else, but I've done drone shots of like Christmas festivities and Christmas decorations in municipalities, you know, like that are street lights, and flying the drone through that. And it works really, really good in wintertime as well. I haven't flown it in -30, but I've been down like -15, -20, and it's done really well. I managed to clip my fingers on the propeller when it was -20, and that definitely hurt. It's not a drone without faults, and I don't think any drone is, but I really think value for money and using it on pro projects, I have no problem with it, and I think it's just a cool little thing.